Hello, hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Richie. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. What's up, y'all? I'm back with a new episode, and I know a lot of y'all are super excited. I've been getting all of the DMs. Thank y'all so much. But I told y'all I had to slow these episodes down, child. I am not trying to get to 100 yet, okay? I needed to slow it down. And plus, y'all, these past 3 months have been something for me. And I remember last month in May for Mental Health Awareness Month, I told y'all that I would be giving y'all some insight. So just want to let you know my mental health has been tested. I mean, it's been tested, child. I don't even know the words. I'm sitting here. I was trying to think of what the words are, child, because there's no words, right? My mental health and my mindset overall, right? I was going through. And anytime you going through, you need to sit there. You need to analyze. You need to feel the feels so that way you know what step to take next. And that's what I needed to do. And I'm finally through it. And so because y'all are my tribe, I want to make sure that I'm being very transparent with y'all and also thanking y'all. Thanking y'all so much for reaching out, for just being there. I am creating a community for us just because I want us to be able to chat. Y'all, the podcast has been popping, okay? Look, beyond popular belief, right? Okay, in these weeks that I've been gone, the podcast literally, I want to say doubled in numbers, almost tripled. And I was looking at the numbers like, shut up, OMG. Okay, so I was like, okay, that definitely was a motivator for me to go ahead and get back on here. So let me just start off by saying thank you to everybody, all of y'all support, for y'all just being here. I mean, I love it. And that's the reason why I want to create a community for all of the tribe. And some people was telling me I should do it on Facebook, but I think I'm doing it on Patreon. So more to come on that next week, just because look, after my mom passed, something about Facebook don't feel right for me. I don't know. I need to get back on there because I need to advertise, but child, that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that. But I want to make sure I'm being transparent with y'all as my tribe, as my family here on the podcast. And so recently I left my big girl job, and child, it was not an easy decision for me to make. Y'all, one, because I was bomb in my role, okay? And I was well liked not only at the company, but I was well liked outside of the company. And overall, I liked the company, right? And so when I decided to leave, it was a difficult decision, but long story short, trust was broken, trust was tested, and I can't have that. I just can't, okay? The thing about me, I am very principled. And if you fall for it, what's the saying? If you stand, what is the saying? Oh, snap. What is the saying? Child, that's how y'all know this live. I'm sitting here like, if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's the saying. Woo, do y'all see that? That was pulling teeth. I couldn't think of it. I'm like, what is the saying? See, I didn't even write the saying down, child. I was just like, what is the saying? That was all off the top. Anyways, okay, and because I'm a principled person, I realized that once trust is lost when you work somewhere, for me, I couldn't continue. I knew that I wouldn't be successful after that. And so I knew that it was time for me to go ahead, spread my wings, and start betting on me. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. And so I formed this Mindfully Rich brand about 3 years ago. And the brand started with me being on Instagram, me giving financial tips and doing all of that. Then it moved to me having this podcast about 2 years ago. And so now the brand has elevated to my new business name, the Mindfully Rich Consultant. And so a couple of episodes I had told y'all that I was going to go by because I was thinking about it. It was brand new. When you start in a business, it's like, okay, what do I want to be known? What do I want to be known for? What do I want people to call the business? What do I want them to say? Right. And that was something that I really had to think hard on, because I realized I'm not just a coach. So I couldn't be just the mindfully rich coach, just because I have consulting services that I offer as well. So not only am I a financial coach, but I'm also a diversity, equity, inclusion consultant. I also have team building. Like, I created like a team building framework that focuses, it's kind of like it's like a money focus for team building. And I facilitate that. So I needed to find a way to add all of these things. Child, I'm out here. Finances, of course, being my foundation, but there are other things that I'm good at. And I'm also a speaker. So it's like, it was so much that I had to add into one thing. So that took me a second to make sure that I got it, but I got it. So now known as the Mindfully Rich Consultant. So just wanted to make sure that I was giving y'all some information and letting you know exactly what I've been going through. That's a lot. Okay. If y'all heard everything that I said, that's a lot. So in going through all of those things, I had to get my mind right, and I had to make sure that I'm good before I could even bring myself back to be creative and have something for y'all to listen to. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me for the weeks that I've been off, and we back. That's it. Okay. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and jump into our Let's Talk About Money. So for those of you who are new, it used to be called something else because y'all listening to all of the old episodes. And child, I don't even remember what I used to call it, but I just know the new segment is Let's Talk About Money. All right. And so this month I came up with another series just because I love series now. I don't know what it is about series. Y'all listen more. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's like a book and y'all like, oh my God, what's the next chapter? I don't know what it is, but this month's series is the Dreams and Nightmares Mindset series. Just because I've been going through a lot, and a lot of mental and mind things have been happening. And so I said, yes, it is time for me to talk about it. All right. And so in this series, I'm going to focus on a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset, and how that all pertains to managing your finances, your money, because that's what I do here. I talk about the finances and stuff. So I like to dig deep because I'm a Capricorn. So for those of y'all that's new, I'm a Capricorn. So I'm going to dig deep. All right. And so this episode is going to start with a scarcity mindset. And once again, how that mindset contributes to lack and limits in your actual finances. All right. So I'm starting with a Bible verse, y'all. Me and the Lord been getting real close. All right. So y'all gonna be hearing about it. All right. So starting with a Bible verse, Proverbs 18:21 says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And what that means is you have the power to either speak life or speak death over your life. Now, I don't know if y'all know that. All right. And that all boils down to your mindset. And when we're talking about mindset, I want y'all to think of it like this. Your mindset is the beliefs that you've developed. Okay, this could have started at a young age or how you are now. It's all something that's ingrained in us. And that mindset, it shapes us and how you see everything. All right. Your mindset is the thing that is influencing you, how you think, how you feel, how you act, and also how you manage your money. Overall, what your finances going to be looking like and how you're going to think about that. Right. And I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. That's the reason why I was like, I need to talk about this. I want to make sure that they know that. All right. And so I'm pretty sure that we've probably all experienced that person who has a scarcity mindset. So for those of y'all who aren't aware of what a scarcity mindset is, it is when they have just literally eliminated any possibility of having anything, right? They've just told you, all right, nope, I'm never going to have it. I don't have it. That's just how they go, right? That's what they say. They don't feel like they're going to prosper. They never feel like it's enough, right? Some of the things that you probably hear somebody that has like a scarcity mindset is I'm broke, or I'll never have X, Y, and Z. I don't have enough money to get a new car, house, or insert whatever thing is. I don't make enough money to save or invest. I can't do this, that, the other. So we all know those people. We know those people and what they say. Right? We've been there. Some of y'all probably are those people right now. Some of us have been those people. Okay. Hell, let me tell you what, child, I was that person. All right. Even though I'm mindfully rich over here, right? I've been through it too. Okay. I am not, at what is it? I'm not eliminated from going through. All right. That's just not how this works. Right. And so when I was going through a hard time, I tell y'all about this life stage all the time, child. Back in 2015, when I first separated and when I eventually was going through my divorce, child, I was broke, right? And I realized, and I would say it all the time, and I realized, man, I really keep calling myself broke. I really need to stop that. And so, although I am a financial practitioner, right? I know what it is that I need to do. But when it's something about when you going through it, right? That especially for me at that time, when you going through, I was sad, I was lonely. It just felt real dark. Like it was just raining all over my parade, child. All right. And so when that happens, you feel like you're in despair. You don't feel like you're going to come out. And that's how I felt at that time. And it's something about going through those times when you feel like you're deep down in despair and you can't come out. You don't know where to find your happiness. You don't know where to find your joy, which then leads to you having this mindset of, dang, I'm not, it's like you're not optimistic anymore. You're pessimistic, basically. And I've always been an optimistic person. But when I was going through, child, I couldn't find no type of positivity. Okay. I want y'all to think about it like this. If you've ever lost anything, like let's say your keys, because keys is always getting lost, or maybe that's just in my house, okay? But ain't it irritating when you're looking for your keys and you can't find them? You know you set the keys right here, but you can't find the keys, right? So when I first developed my scarcity mindset, because of everything that I was going through, I was in a different financial bracket now. I was making less money. It was just a lot going on. I had that I'm not enough. I'm not going to have enough. That was what I was thinking at that time. So it was like me trying to find the keys in the dark. That was me trying to find some type of positivity. That was me trying to find my way out of this scarcity mindset. But I'm looking for the keys in the dark. That's what it felt like. I love some analogies, child. So hopefully y'all get what I was talking about. Okay. So in order for me to find these keys, I was talking with my cousin just because my cousin brother, he keeps me prayed up, child. And when I was going through, he was on the phone with me every day, keeping me prayed up. And then I was talking to him with those scarcity sayings. I was just like, I don't have enough money. I can't go on vacation because this, that, and the other. I ain't going to be this. I ain't going to be that. This situation I'm going through, it got me down. I literally was just thinking not enough and limiting thoughts. And my cousin said, you know what? You should start tithing. And I'm like, start tithing? Is you crazy? Look, I just said I ain't got enough money. What you talking about? How I'm going to start tithing, giving money when I don't have enough money? And he was just like, I know, I get it. I understand, but I still want you to start tithing. Just because the purpose of tithing is trusting in God that he will provide more. And I was like, but right now, I don't have it. So what, and he was like, what's the worst that can happen? God start providing more for you. So I was like, you know what? You got a point. So I started tithing, right? And I started tithing small. I believe my first tithe was probably about maybe 2%, 2 or 3% of whatever it was that I had made for whatever that paycheck was. It was like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 2 to 3%, right? I'm trying to remember exactly. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I did that. And I just trusted in God when I gave. Child, let me tell you what. I don't know. But all I can say is that my situation started turning around. All I could do is tell you and speak from my experience. But I started tithing to my church just because I do have a church home. And my situation felt like the rain was stopping. It felt like I could now start saying, okay, the clouds are now up there. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit of sun starting to poke out. Ideas are starting to come to me a little bit better. Oh, okay. Bet I could do this to start increasing my income. Okay, bet we could also start making these moves. Okay, let me do this, that, and the other. Things just started happening. All I could do is tell you what happened to me. That's all I could do. All right. And so things were starting to look up. And it all started from me getting out of the mindset of I don't have enough to let me just go ahead and try this and try to give some money, even though I don't have enough, but with an expectation that more is coming and that I would have enough. So that was my way of saying, all right, I've been in this scarcity mindset for long enough. What am I going to do to get myself out of it? Right. And I'm talking to whoever is out there right now, and maybe you're feeling that scarcity mindset and you need a shift. So here are 3 solutions that can help you with that shift to get you out of that scarcity mindset. All right. First, I want you to create a just gotta make it statement. Okay, so y'all know on this podcast, the titles, they be always along the lines of a hip hop or rap title of a song. Okay, so you know I love it. So just gotta make it is one of Trey Songz songs. Okay, and so your just gotta make it statement is pretty much like a why statement. Why do you have to make it? All right, what is your why? Who is your why? So to give y'all some insight, for me, my kids are my why. I got to make it because I want them to make it. I want a great life for them. So that means that mommy got to get to work. We can't sit over here in scarcity because I want nothing but prosperity. I want nothing but abundance for them. All right. And once you create that, you got to start defining what that abundance looks like. What does that look like for you and your wives? What does that look like in your just got to make it statement? Jot it out. I mean, I want you to a T. I'm living in this house. I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm driving this car. We're going to be able to go on vacation. I'm going to be able to invest. I'm going to be able to do this, that, and the other. And then when you do that, I want you to keep that list, and I want you to start visiting those houses that you want to live in. Start going to the dealership, sitting in that car that you want. Okay? I want you to start feeling it. You got to start feeling it. It's manifestation at its best. Because you have to feel what it is. You got to imagine that it's going to happen. It takes me back to when we were kids, when we were, played imagination, when we would daydream about the things or just even dream about the things that we wanted. And we feel it. You got to take yourself back there. Because after I started tithing, after I started seeing that things were changing, I started believing more. I started getting back into manifestation because, child, if I told y'all all the things that I've manifested, y'all would be sitting here like, she lying. But, child, look, all right, I have done some powerful things. Once again, going back to the scripture, the power of life and death is in our tongue. So if you start telling yourself that you're not going to have nothing, guess what? You ain't going to have nothing. Because when you start cursing yourself, that's it. But what if you tried speaking life over yourself? What if you tried doing that? What if you tried doing these things that I'm saying so that way you can see if there is another solution? If there is some sun that could come through that rain that's happening in your life right now, right? Okay, so the last thing I want y'all to start doing so you can see a shift from that scarcity mindset is I want y'all to start tithing. I know what y'all about to say. What if I'm not religious? What if I'm not a Christian? What if I don't have a church home? I get it. I understand. I get it, right? Okay, so I don't really know exactly what y'all supposed to do with that, right? Maybe it's just giving. Maybe it's just giving to someone with the expectation that more is going to come. Maybe it's that. I just know what my beliefs are, and I just know what tithing has done for me. That's all I know. So maybe it could be given to you. Maybe it's just given to the less fortunate child. I don't know. Maybe it's just given with the expectation that more is going to come your way. That's all I can say, child. That is all I can say, because for me, it was tithing. I don't know. Maybe for you, it's giving. I don't know. Because I get it. Some people don't rock with a church. They don't believe in. I get it. And I ain't trying to make y'all believe in it. I'm just letting y'all know what happened for me. Okay? That's all I can do. And so hopefully all of this information has given you some new perspective, especially if you're a person out there that has a scarcity mindset. You're going through something. I want you to know that you're not alone. I see you and I understand it. I done been there and I done got myself out of it. So because I've gotten myself out of it, I know that it's possible, and I want it to be possible for you. Okay? I want to make sure that I'm also reminding y'all, especially with this new business, that I'm going to need some support and all of those things. Okay. I am a financial coach, and so I offer a plethora of options outside of this podcast to keep y'all mindfully rich. So I want to make sure that y'all head on over there to the show notes. I have my link tree there, so that way you can see all of my upcoming financial workshops that I'm doing, my group mastermind programs, the financial coaching opportunities that I have out there. And hell, shoot, if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to book, child, I got a consultation out there for you. Let me go ahead and tell you this. There is a fee for the consultation, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. I started off with free consultations, but child, people don't care about free. I don't know what it is about free stuff. People do not care. All right. People will cancel. People don't care. They just don't care. So there is a fee, but the fee goes towards any of the other services that you book. So please know, I do have that where I can help you with, just because everything is so concentrated, it's very mindful. That's just how I am. It's a very mindful and intentional consultation to direct you in the right path. I also have a pick my brain. So even if you don't want coaching, where you could just pick my brain and ask me the questions that you want. So go ahead and make sure you check out my link tree so that way you can see the services. Support a Black business, child. That's all I can say. All right. So I've been talking long enough. That's it. I'm going to end with this quote. The mind is everything, what you think and what you become. Hopefully this episode has enlightened you and gave you some new perspective. And I hope to see y'all back next week for part 2 of this series. And you know, I always want y'all to live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.